Assalamu alaikum. There's a common complaint that English teachers always hear from students. Why do I have to take this class? I already know English.
Speak English. Krista, speak English.
Makes sense, but if we take this complaint seriously, which is a big if, we can see that it is caused by the fact that English is a misleading name for the subject. English class, unlike Spanish class, French class, or other language classes, is not primarily about learning or improving your ability to use the English language in particular, although that can be a natural result of participating in an English class.
And if I might ask, how the devil can you speak English so well?
So, what is the purpose of English? The subject, not the language. English class is actually several subjects in one, which makes the job of an English teacher extra difficult. In English, we practice the skills of reading, writing, speaking, and listening in general, focusing in particular on the study of literature. That's why English is also called language arts. But we don't just read literature, we analyze it, criticize it, and evaluate it. English class often gets philosophical as well, because of the close relationship between language and ideas.
I read about that in English class.
The literature and text we read are also connected to particular historical and cultural contexts, which means English also involves analyzing and discussing society, history, and culture. As if that weren't enough, English class is also where you are expected to improve your vocabulary and grammar, which includes proper usage and punctuation. So what is the purpose of English? Maybe it's to get language skills that are important for succeeding in college and getting a good paying job?
Finally, a real job.
Yes, that's all true, but you know me better than that by now. College and getting jobs are related to the extrinsic value of English. I want you to focus on the real value of English, its intrinsic value.
Oh, not again.
Not again.
Language is one of the special characteristics of human beings. Language allows us to communicate with one another in ways that no other animals can. Especially using writing, humans can communicate over long distances and even time. People from the distant past can communicate with you through the written record of their words. You can also communicate with people who will be born long after you've died by writing your thoughts, or these days making an audio or video recording. Language is how knowledge is shared, how guidance is shared. Think of the Quran. It's all language, words, and speech. Also, the hadith of the Prophet and the Imams, alayhimus salam. The words Quran and hadith literally mean recitation, i.e. reading, and speech, or report of what has been spoken. But that's Arabic, you might complain, not English. Well, that's the point. English class isn't just about the English language, it's about language in general. Most of the things we learn in English class can be applied to any language. Language is a divine gift from God to humans, and is the main tool of human guidance and misguidance. Language is how people say what is true, or say what is false. You can't speak the truth without language, just like you can't tell a lie.
Maybe he lied because he didn't want to tell us the truth.
The truth, human, the truth!
The importance of language, especially reading and writing, is even expressed in the first verses of the Quran revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him and his family, in Surah Alaq. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Read in the name of your Lord who created man from a clinging mass. Read, and your Lord is the most generous, who taught by the pen, taught man what he did not know. If we don't become experts in language and how it's used to explain, explore, describe, narrate, prove, persuade, influence, argue, defend, encourage, discourage, praise, and criticize, then we will be helpless when it comes to other people using language on us and against us. It will be more possible for others to deceive and misguide us without our even being aware of it. If we see someone else being misguided, we won't be able to help them against the power of someone else's words. Al-Hajj Malik al-Shabazz, better known as Malcolm X, was an African-American Muslim civil rights leader in the U.S. in the 1960s. Regarding the power of words and language to deceive and misguide people, he once said, "If you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the people who are doing the oppressing." Language is one of the keys to being human and fulfilling our human responsibilities. That's the purpose of English class.